All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to another exciting episode of SHM Shoutcasts. We're here again today with the ESDL, the Esports Development League. We've got Team Ocean Simp on the left versus Team Relax! Exclamation mark. So it's more of an order. Relax! And we're going to be getting into another best of two today. We'll see if one of the teams can smash the other one's face 2-0, or if we get a steady 1-1 for their match this afternoon. Should be going good. The elo is mid to high plat, with some gold thrown in there too. I think somebody was diamond 4, but the majority of the players today are gold to plat players, and we'll get to see what comes up of it. The Vygar ban going over against Prankster Spirit, apparently known to play a lot of Vygar. So going down the left side, we've got Blakeology, we've got Ben Wagon, we've got Aguibana II, we've got Siege79 and G2 Asian. On the right side, the red side of the map, we've got Prankster Spirit, Swaggy Ratchet, Evil Geniuses Teddy, Kitten, who is subbing in today for Team Relax, and BC Wolf. Dude, Twitch's API has been so shit recently. Already some spicy picks coming through on the side of Team Relax as the Master Yi gets locked in. Potentially the jungle pick there. We will have to see if there's enough crowd control on the side of Team Ocean Simp to keep him down. Nautilus is a very good start, providing a lot of that CC. A lot of ways to keep Master Yi from popping off. Definitely a big, beefy front line on the side of Team Ocean Simp. Master Yi is definitely going to have his hands full. He's going to have a lot to go through. Whereas Team Relax picks up the Ezreal, the safe pick. Will it be enough to escape the front line of Team Ocean Simp? We'll have to see as the second round of bans come in. 200 years banned out. They just do not want to see that on the Rift today. We'll see if another bot lane ban gets thrown. And Ashe also goes away. So we will see who the bot lane of Team Ocean Simp is left to pick up. Yuumi also biting the dust there. And pretty soon we'll be able to round out these comps. We'll be able to see the kind of styles that both teams are trying to adapt for their match today. And we'll get to see, just based off of champion select, some advantages and disadvantages. Shuffling through all the potential bot lane champions that could be selected on the side of Team Ocean Simp. It does look like the Senna will get locked in to round out the rest of that comp. It's a very solid comp on the side of Team Ocean Simp. There's a lot of CC there to handle the Master Yi. And will the Bard come in as their chance for an engage? No, they go with the Leona. All right, so that's good that Relax picked up at least something that could start their engage. The only engage they had at that point was basically Echo landing a big stun. So I do like that they have the Leona in there now. And both teams look like they could potentially 5v5, possibly with Team Ocean Simp having a little bit beefier of a front line. But maybe, well, enough peel for the Yi and the Echo. But we'll have to see who is able to come out on top with these comps as we get into the game. Keep in mind that I do have a 3-minute delay once you guys start. So we'll be muting here in a little bit, and we will see you guys on the Rift. All right, welcome back, everybody. All right, we are ready to load in for game number 1. We've got Team Ocean Simp once again on the blue side. We've got Team Relax on the red side. And we will be ready to see these two teams go out of here today in their best of 2 for the Esports Development League. Once again, I'm SecretHumorMan, bringing you all the action, all the analysis in my solo cast today. Hope you enjoy it as we get to see everybody running towards the middle of the map, looking like there could potentially be a level 1 fight, and it looks like both teams go ahead and run into it. Oh my gosh, they come across. It looks like Nautilus will be the first one to drop as it looks like Bomber will be second to go, and just there's not enough damage early on the side of Team Ocean Simp as 2 kills get picked up by Team Relax. The good news is that everybody held their flash. However, G2 Asian did burn the heal, trying to save the Nautilus in the beginning. Now, was this a 9,000 IQ Galaxy Brain play, or was this just a wrong judgment of power levels in the beginning? There was definitely not going to be any damage on the side of Team Ocean Simp early in that invade. Not against a Leona, a Master Yi, a Garen, and an Ezreal. Just too many champions that are good at level 1. Senna, Zac, Zoe, Volibear, not so much. Alright, anyway, we get a standard jungle sides for both teams. Jungle was uninterrupted by the early scuffle between the teams. We'll see Master Yi clearing his bottom side as well as Zac. And one thing that I want to point out here is, again, both teams, you know, they've got the potential to 5v5 for sure. We did talk about Team Ocean Simp having a little bit bigger of a beefier front line, but they will be the team to hopefully scale and, you know, make sure that this Master Yi isn't really worth anything. Yes, the 6-item Master Yi at the end of the game is going to be worth a lot, but when you look at the side of Team Ocean Simp, there's just going to be too much CC, I think, in order to keep Master Yi from doing anything. As Team Ocean Simp hits level 2 first, it looks like they will get this Ezreal locked down. They burn the Ignite. He has to burn the Flash and the heal to survive. Just pushing that early advantage pretty well there. I just realized I have to alter these guys. So Zac is the jungle. Top lane. There we go. Okay, now we're good. Now, the good thing about Team Relax getting that early lead, and the fact that Master Yi was one of the ones who was able to pick up one of the early kills, is that Swaggy Ratchet is going to be able to clear his jungle camps a lot quicker than normal, and he'll be able to put down that extra early game pressure, possibly pick up some kills for himself and his team, as it looks like he's already making his way to the top side, possibly to contest this scuttle. Zac, not going to be one to find him, but he does not want to get caught between him and the Volibear. He's got the double buffs, and Garen is just too late to this rotate. The Alpha Strike comes through. The Meditate comes down. Will it be enough to save them? The Ignite goes down on the Volibear, but no. Master Yi will drop as he tries to get away. Zoe now out-rotates. Garen gets the flash forward to kill Ugly Biana, but Prankster Spear will go down, and the double buffs will get passed over to Ben Wagon. Just some very good rotations there from Team Ocean Simp, making sure that they weren't leaving their jungler out to dry. And I think that was just a poor judgment call there from Team Relax. I think even with Garen rotating on time, I don't think you have the skirmish power to take out the Zac passive as well as the Volibear. I just don't think the damage is there early from the Garen and the Master Yi. It could have worked potentially, but again, I just don't think maybe that was the best of plays. So the game is kind of quieting down here. We've just got lanes going back to their farm. Echo with a bit of a lead in the mid lane. Volibear with a bit of a lead in the top. And we'll see if Ben can do anything with these double buffs. But Echo does have the pushing power. Does have the ability to clear the waves really quickly and help the roam. We already see Swaggy Ratchet is going for the solo on the Cloud Drake. Does manage to pick it up. Give his team a little bit extra of movement speed. And with the mid and bot prio, that was just a very, very free objective take from the Master Yi. Zach unable to step forward and out skirmish him. And now we see Prankster and Agui getting into it again. Garen stepping forward a little too quickly. Looks like he will get caught up by this flip. One more auto will do it, and the solo kill goes over to the Volibear. Again, nothing that's too crazy. Gold lead still about the same. But again, I do believe that Team Ocean Simp will scale further into this late game. I know it's very early to be talking about the late game. We're only 6 minutes in and a lot can happen. But Team Relax does not want to let this game get too far out of their grasp. They will have to make some stellar moves early, some proactive moves early, in order to take some advantages, get some picks, and push their win down into the mid game before the Master Yi is just permanently locked up by the CC. Keep in mind that as the game goes on longer and longer as well, Senna only manages to get stronger, has the longer range. So there are a lot of ticking time bombs on the side of Team Ocean Simp. Looking to drop some early vision down. Both teams managing to stay a little safe. Looks like a pick will go down onto the Prankster Spear. The trouble bubble goes wide. He will manage to get away, but will he escape the Zoe? The damage isn't quite there. He is tanky with the Kimble Gem. He's got the KDR. CDR. I can't talk today. Volibear comes across, though, and the damage is just so raw. They managed to pick up the Garen, who is trying to get some early vision, find the Zac somewhere, and maybe potentially kill him. The Senna root comes down. Nautilus is chasing down the Ezreal, and BC Wolf is left alone in the minion wave. But again, that's all she wrote. They just get the summoner heal, and they are more than fine with that. Ben Wagon now coming into a bit of a bounty here. He's got 3 kills to his name. Finishes the Lost Chapter. He will be building that Ludens as soon as possible in order to duel the pushing power of the Echo. Wants to be able to clear the wave just as fast, match the roam, match the counter roam, and be there for his team. And it'll be important for both of Relax's bot lanes and mid lanes to keep their prio here. Looks like the flash will come forward, but the Zenith Blade misses. And this might be all she wrote. They still decide to contest as the Senna root comes down. Now a teleport is coming in from Agibana. The bear is here! Flash comes in through for the Nautilus, and Swaggy Ratchet, he's trying to do anything he can, but he just doesn't have the items. He just doesn't have the movement speed. He's unable to contest. And a couple more kills are going over to the side of Team Ocean Simp. A little bit of an SHM yikers there. But Garen is going to find his way back into the top lane. He's grabbed a couple of plates to himself now. Unable to follow that teleport because it was down from getting caught early. But will be clearing this vision. He does have a fair amount of gold more to his name now. Could be enough to potentially get him an item and swing it back. And as Mountain Drake comes up in about 28 seconds, we're going to look to see if Team Relax can keep their objective control. As Garen engages on the Volibear in the top lane, trying to see what he can do. He has not spent that extra plate gold that he got earlier when the Volibear was bottom. Does need to give a little bit of respect here in the top lane. And Swaggy Ratchet, we don't see him going for the dragon. He instead starts up Shelly, manages to secure it, which gives Team Ocean Simp a little window of opportunity to take this Mountain Drake. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and give it up. Nobody looks to contest here. Oh! The True Shot Barrage came across. But Siege was ready with the smite. Does manage to secure it for his team. Very good job there. That would have definitely been a big mistake. Big blunder on the side of the blue team. Alright, so let's reevaluate the game. We're going into an Infernal Rift. So for the rest of the game, it will only be Infernal Drags that spawn. Obviously, probably the most contested Drake of all time. Everybody wants the extra damage and extra ability power. We do see Swaggy Ratchet has managed to find his way into this bottom bush. Blue team feels like they have no. And just like that, it looks like the Solar Flare barely misses there. They are able to kill the Nautilus. They're able to kill both of them. Swaggy Ratchet just timing those Alpha Strikes perfectly. And even with a mistimed Solar Flare there, they managed to pick it up. And now this Zoe, trying to roam to help her team, might have just gotten caught out. One more flash forward. The ult comes through. And Teddy is able to pick up one on Zoe. Looks like now the mid game is going over back in favor of Team Relax. A lot of summoner spells burned, but the damage is there. The Blood Razor was finished for the Master Yi. He was a level ahead of the bot lane. He was able to pick up both. The Alpha Strike reset to save him from an additional turret shot. Allowed him to pick up that double kill and escape with his life. And now I'm a little worried about Team Ocean Simp here, is that Zoe Bounty did go over to the Echo, was already ahead in the CS, now used that to finish his Proto Belt. The mobility is going to be insane from this Echo. Once he gets that pushing power done in the mid lane, he will be able to roam top, he'll be able to roam bot, he'll be able to give his team the pressure they so desperately need. And as we see Aguibana going in, Swaggy Ratchet comes around. Where's the ult going to go? He decides to ult in on the Garen. It's going to be enough. He tries to flash the auto, but it's not there. Zach comes forward, but it's too little too late, and now he's got to run with BC Wolf right behind him, and I don't know if it's going to be enough. The passive comes down. Will the turret shots be enough? No. Leona's taking it up. Oh my god, but the turret ramps up, and Swaggy Ratchet donates a kill over to Zach, who flings himself forward on the Leona for the double kill. And it's just the yikers in the top lane. Both teams full aware of what they could do. Their power spikes, etc. The Nautilus hook lands from the max range. Will this be enough to kill him? Ezreal manages to walk away. Another flash comes forward. An Arcane Shift is there. The True Shot Barrage comes down. The Ezreal sub. Remember, this is not a permanent member of Team Relax. This Kitten Ezreal player is a sub for the day, for these matches, and she is doing pretty well for herself. Holding herself deathless, has 4 assists. Zoe ultimates forward, thinks she's safe with the heal. Seems like it'll be enough after the Trouble Bubble lands. Both teams just look like they want to skirmish. They want to have a couple of these scuffles. They want to They want to do damage checks. They want to see how much they're able to do. They want to know if they're able to 1v1 these teams. It looks like Zoe is going to get caught out in the Echo W, and she is actually safe. Insane. Proto Belt was off cooldown. She walks away with her life, but will it be enough? Master Yi is coming around. She ults, but the trouble bubble hits. Will he be able to survive? Yes. Echo's minion wave allows him to safety. Swaggy Ratchet throws down the Alpha Strike, dodges the slingshot from the Zac, and the Zac with no passive is just going to find himself in a bad position against the Yi, who's got the flash. But now the rest of the team is collapsing here. The Alpha Strike comes down, the Meditate comes down. However, Aguibana able to kill the Master Yi. Will they be able to collapse onto this Echo? Still holding on to his ultimate. And should they focus on this when Prankster Spirit has the extra time in the top lane to take out this turret? Hopefully they can collapse and maybe take an Ocean Dragon as a fair trade. Looks like they're still going to try to push forward. They do hook onto the Echo. Will he drop the ultimate? He gets the damage out onto the Nautilus. The shield comes across. Will it be enough? Yes, the Senna ult comes across as well. The True Shot Barrage. The Volibear ultimate comes down, and will it be enough damage? The Big Bear just doesn't have enough health, and Garen's going to chase down G2 Asian. Zac giving him a little bit of priority here, but there's no turret to retreat to, and Garen and Leona can just keep engaging. Will they have enough damage? Zac, hopefully he can take out Wolf here. He's trying to escape. The slingshot doesn't land, but the smite comes down. He's using the minion wave to his advantage, but it's just not enough. It's 13-13. It's 16 minutes here, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a rip-roaring aggressive game. Swaggy Ratchet manages to pick up the first Infernal Drake. And we'll have a little bit of a reset. I say a little bit of a reset, but it looks like Zoe got caught with the pants down once again. Manages to get the Proto Belt, but the cooldowns are just there for Teddy, and he is making sure that Zoe does not have anywhere to go. And this is good. This is what we were talking about. We were talking about Team Relax. They did not want to let Team Ocean Simp get too comfortable, get too safe into this mid game. Because ultimately, they are going to outscale. At the end of the day, the 6-item Volibear, the 6-item Senna, the 6-item Zoe, they will ultimately be able to take out this team. The CC will be too strong. The Yi will not have enough damage to secure past the beefy front line of Team Ocean Simp. And so this is what they needed. They need these proactive plays. They need to make these plays early in order to assert a dominance, assert this, 4,000 gold lead now that they've climbed into in order to push those advantages. And it looks like the shot calls are a little mixed here. The Solar Flare does come down, but it looks like they don't want to full commit. It looks like now Team Ocean Simp will pull the trigger. But they just say no, it's not enough. Both teams are going to sort of walk away. Looks like Zac is still a little bit interested in just getting some vision down, making sure a second Shelly doesn't go over to the red team. Trouble Bubble goes wide. Looks like they are setting up in this bush. Potential for a big Echo W. Doesn't find it though. There is a little bit of an out-rotate here in the mid lane. And now with priority, we could see a push towards Shelly before it gets taken up by Baron. But Kitten's True Shot Barrage will keep the lanes at even. Both teams now playing a little bit safer. We did have a little bit of a firefight in the bot lane over and over again. And I think both teams have slowed it down. They're taking a step back. They're looking to see what items they're able to finish before they get too far into this. And it looks like Amazingly, they are able to kill Shelly before she disappears. They're able to secure her at about 1953. And at this point, Swaggy Ratchet could simply just start picking off anybody who goes solo in a lane. This is why T-Motion Simp are grouping up. They're not allowing any picks from this Master Yi. They're making sure somebody is behind at least the tank. Somebody's behind the Volibear, somebody's behind the Zac, somebody's behind the Nautilus. The Zenith Blade comes down. She will get stunned under the turret, hooked as well. Was this too much from the Leona? The Ignite comes across and she is dead. Zac jumps into the back line, and here comes Master Yi. Is anybody going to be able to stop him? No! Senna goes down, and another Alpha Strike comes down. Finally, Zoe's Ignite will pick him up, make sure he isn't able to heal. And it looks like Garen will get locked down as well. Echo, nowhere to be found, and I think Ezreal possibly got killed in the back line by the Zac. Will they be able to make this 21-minute push on this Baron? Or will Echo be able to clean something up here? Vision is gone. He is alone. But the damage is just not there quite yet from the blue team. They're not able to rush down this Baron. And they are safely stepping away and saying, you know what, we don't want to throw this game. We know we're behind. We don't want to give this away. We know we can potentially scale if we don't make any more mistakes. And I like the hesitance there. But in doing so, they gave up their positions here for the Infernal Drake. And they are going to be very late here. The damage is going to be tremendous on the side of clearing this objective. There's no way they're able to contest this unless Zac jumps in right now. And with one soul to go before Infernal Soul, this could be very worrisome for T-Motion Simp. They do not want a Master Yi Echo Ezreal to pick up any more damage than is necessary. Volibear comes down, just scares the Ezreal away. Doesn't chase Kitten. Baron Vision still being controlled by T-Motion Simp. But Team Relax doing a good job of keeping their lane priorities where they should be, just in case they wish to contest. As Prankster Spirit picks up the Phantom Dancer. Very interesting build for the Garen. And it looks like the next thing to come across for Swaggy Ratchet will be the Wit's End. He is just going to have an immense amount of damage as Blakeology might have stepped up too far. He does have his team here with no Master Yi. We'll go ahead and save him. An Asian flashing forward onto the Master Yi, just not respecting the range and the damage. And they are free to engage here, knowing that the main source of damage has been deleted. Will they keep chasing? No, the Solar Flare comes down. This will be a way for them to escape. Nautilus flashes forward with the Dredge line, does manage to keep a couple of them locked up. And with no damage coming across, the Ezreal hasn't quite gotten into the fight yet. The team is slowly dissipating with no Master Yi. And now, Kitten, trying to do a swag flash into the bush and escape, gets caught out by the Nautilus, and this is going to be a free Baron for the side of T-Motion Simp. And that was just a really good play set up by G2 Asian, just slowly getting those auto attacks down with the red buff against the Master Yi. Master Yi not quite accepting the range from the Senna, not respecting the fact that she could completely damage. And Echo with a little bit of a tussle there, trying to contest. Ooh, is going to manage to get everybody killed here. Swaggy Ratchet goes in 1v5, but it's just not going to be enough. They do manage to trade 1-for-1, but Baron is on the side of T-Motion Simp, and everybody's trying to collapse to get a piece of the action. Garen now set alone Leona dropping down the ult, but it's just too little, too late. Ocean Simp walks away with 4 Baroned up champs. And this is exactly what Team Relax needed to avoid. We talked about they needed to keep these advantages that they got in the early game, and they needed to keep making those proactive moves, catch out those champions who are alone with the Yi, catch them out with the Garen, catch them out with the Leona, and push their advantages. But unfortunately, we're kind of seeing a little bit of a reactive gameplay from the side of Team Relax. They're kind of waiting for Blue to make the moves, and then they are reacting to those moves. And that is not what you want to do. As the proactive team who does not outscale, you've got to be the ones to sort of get your head in gear, make those plays, find those opportunities, specifically around the objectives, right? They do have a chance to potentially find a flank, find that outplay at this Infernal Drake, which they so desperately want. Infernal Soul is definitely a way for Relax to get back into this game. Just a little bit. But with Baron buff still lasting on the side of Team Ocean Simp, they might not feel like they're strong enough to contest it. They're in a great position here, though. There is no teleport on the side of Team Ocean Simp, and it looks like they might just take tier 2 for this Drake. They're kind of making him choose. Nobody is responding to this Garen. He could potentially shove in this large minion wave and take an inhib turret before the dragon is even taken, as long as Relax is there to stop the backs. Zoe is coming over. She is dropping the redemption down on the minion wave. And it looks like they're just going to try to trade the turrets for the Infernal Dragon here. They know that still on the very next dragon they get the soul, and it would be okay. Trouble Bubble comes across on the Leona, and this Leona is just completely dead. There will be no escape for her. So they take 2 turrets. They maintain their gold lead. But again, they're just not making the proactive plays that we needed to see. We see Swaggy Ratchy looking for a potential flank here, decides to back. And I think we're going to get into a little bit of a farm fest here. There isn't going to be any major objectives coming up for the next 2.5 minutes or so when we see Baron. Master Yi does go in on this Nautilus. He thinks he's strong enough to find a 1v1. The True Shot Barrage comes across. It might be enough. The Alpha Strike comes in now. Will be enough. Yes, it will. The Alpha Strike. Will he be able to get another one off? Yes, he does. But it looks like Zoe and Echo are doing their own thing in the bot lane. Zoe dies. And the Zac is able to pick up the Master Yi, potentially with the Thornmail Cinder Hulk. And that is a little scary. We just saw Master Yi. He was able to kill the Nautilus and the Senna essentially by himself. Yes, the True Shot Barrage did come down, but the damage was there. The Master Yi is getting big. And Death's Dance will be next for the Master Yi, reducing that damage taken over a period of time. Volibear going in on this Echo now. Echo landing the big stun, though, to guide him to safety. Manages to pick up the first inhibitor turret of the game. Definitely a close game still for both teams. Anything can happen. Next big team fight, next big objective could decide the game. And the one thing I'll say moving forward is that Swaggy Ratchet You know, he is pretty fed on Master Yi, and he is confident to go in and engage on these champions. We saw him going in on that 1v2 with the True Shot Barrage in his back. The thing that he wants to avoid, though, he does not want to get overconfident. He doesn't want to be too cocky and engage on something that's going to be more than he can chew. Because once the Master Yi goes away, the damage on the side of Team Relax is essentially gone. And the front line might just be too beefy for Ezreal to finish. Now we see Aguibiana, 2-level lead, going in on the Garen, feeling strong, feeling confident. Will he be able to chase him down? He's got the Frozen Gauntlet. Garen with the extra speed from the Phantom Dancer, able to escape though. And now we see the teams grouping up around the Baron. This is the next big objective. And the opportunity that Team Relax has now is if they're able to take vision around the Baron, they can force Team Ocean to pick between the Baron and the Infernal Drake. But you know what? They clear the vision and they decide, you know what? We're just going to go for the Baron because we got the damage. And there is no contest. They pick it up as easy as pie. And now they're going to have the Baron going into the fight for the Ocean Drake. But Yi doesn't respect the fact that he could just get picked off by the Nautilus Hook, who does manage to come across, and the Trouble Bubble is just too much CC for the Master Yi. They're not able to escape with the Baron buffs. And this is just a big blunder from the side of Team Relax. They thought that Blue Team did not want to have anything to do with them. They thought they would just simply walk away, but they said, no, fuck that. We've got a humongous front line. Let's see you put your money where your mouth is. And they went toe-to-toe with them and took them out. And Garen going for the extra risky play here. He's going to try to take this inhibitor, but he's got to remember that they are going to be coming towards him. Will it be enough? He's got the big minion wave to save him. Will he be able to pick up this objective? It looks like he's going to go ahead and die for it. He's trying to get the escape. He gets the flash off. The Trouble Bubble comes down. Here comes the red buff slow, and it just looks like it's not enough. They've got to respect the priorities that are there. Garen now finding the opportunity to go on Blake. As Zach backs him up. Both summoners come across from Kitten, who finally dies to the big front line. More scuffs in the bot lane. Great solar flare to disengage everybody. Echo decides to keep going in, although his team says no. And now, Master Yi goes into the ultimate. He thinks he can take him on, but he just can't. It's too beefy. This is what we talked about. Master Yi players, they have the tendency. They see themselves win an early skirmish or an earlier skirmish. They just think they have the damage, but you don't. You know, the scaling is here. We're into the 33-minute mark, and it's just not enough. Even with the Baron buff, the damage is just still not there. You can't just chunk through these beefy frontline boys. And Zach stepping a little too far forward there for his own good. Might be able to walk away, though. Will they be able to secure this kill? He gets another slingshot off. And Garen and Leona just have nowhere to go. The damage is just not there. Team Relax unable to fight without the Master Yi and the Ezreal. And even though the gold lead is on the side of Team Relax, like I said, guys, the scaling is going over to the side of Team Ocean Simp. Senna is only getting bigger. She's only getting stronger. She's pretty soon going to be able to start attacking from multiple lengths away. And I just don't think the engage is going to be enough from Team Relax in order to shut her down. The windows of opportunity have almost all but disappeared. They still have a chance to get this Infernal Soul. Whoever gets the next dragon will have the Infernal Soul to their names. That extra damage and attack power, which could be enough for the Master Yi to start feeling powerful again. Clearing the vision, making sure they're safe. Volibear looking to chase him down. Pops the ultimate just for the speed, but decides to go back in. He decides to go back in when his team is nowhere close. And these are just bad decisions after bad decisions made by the Master Yi player. Something that I talked about earlier, just that overconfidence of winning one skirmish. You just take every skirmish you can find, and soon it's just not enough. Senna now flashing forward. She knows how strong she is. She knows she's reached that minute mark where she's got her items and they're able to just sit and collapse on them. And this should be a free inhibitor for Team Ocean Simp. And I think the only thing that potentially could turn things around would be an amazing Ratchet flank onto the Senna or the Zoe. But really, it's got to come down onto the Senna. So we have Infernal in about 20 seconds. Both teams should look to contest here. This could be the final team fight of the game. Both teams with an inhibitor down and with minions pushing. The death timers could be long enough for the game to be ended if a team gets aced. Trouble Bubble goes wide. It is unavailable. Echo looking to potentially get a flank. The Edge of Night is up. He's going to have something big. But they just go ahead and engage. They're onto the Leona. Echo is trying to get on top of the Zoe, but she is already taking him to so low. Looks like Ezreal manages to kill the front line, but Yi has just taken so much damage, and there's no remaining damage to save the rest of the team. Will they be able to press forward? Yes, Ezreal flashes and gets the Zoe, but secures his own death in doing so. And I think the Infernal Soul just goes over to the side of Team Ocean Simp here. A double TP coming across. They don't want to give this one up just yet. They're deciding they're going to go ahead and fight. Is anybody going to be able to get onto the Senna? No. The front line is there. They're peeling for it too well. Now, Master Yi, he will stay behind and get the dragon. And he's going to finish off everybody. They're unable to escape. Actually, Nautilus gets a great flash over the wall. Infernal Soul going to the side of Team Relax. The gold lead is there. They don't manage to lose the Nexus turret. And they might be able to take this Baron. Looks like Master Yi and Garen, they've already taken about 5,000 health off the Baron, and the damage is raw. They've got that Infernal Soul, and they're just rushing it down. They do not care at all. They're going to go ahead and... It's stolen by the Zoe! She steals it with the Trouble Bubble Ludens! Oh, no! Oh, my gosh, it was in their hands, and it got stolen by the Ludens proc! I'm gonna lose my voice before we even do game number 2. Holy cow! So Infernal Soul now on the side of Relax. But Baron on the side of Ocean Simp. Which one will win? Will we be able to stall out for Elder Drake? Or will they shove in with this Baron? Do they feel strong enough? Master Yi building either Thornmail or Randuin's, which is really weird. I would have assumed he'd build GA. The hook comes across onto the Echo. The stopwatch gets landed. The Sentinel comes across. Solar Flare comes down. Will it be enough? It seems like blue team is just so beefy in the front line. Are they able to get it in the back? Yes! Master Yi gets the Meditate down. He's able to kill the Senna. And now blue team is just evaporating. They're unable to stay alive. And Master Yi is a monster. He's able to kill the entire enemy team as soon as the Zoe dies. And I think the death timers are long enough. I think they're going to be able to push this one in. The whole time I thought the Yi was just overconfident. I didn't think the damage was actually going to come through. But the Senna, she evaporated. The front line was not beefy enough. And now, with 17-second death timers still on Team Ocean Simp, the minion wave in the base, we are going to go to game 2 with Team Relax picking up the win in game number 1.